Hey lovelies, I wanted to show you a cute cheer look. I know a lot of moms are kind of at a loss on what to do when their daughters are cheering on the floor or maybe even at a dance rehearsal or a school dance, and they want some glitz, they want some glam, and especially on the cheer floor or on the stage for a dance recital, they want their features to be able to pop. So sometimes the coaches will request that you put a little bit of makeup, and some moms are not familiar with makeup or are not comfortable and don't know how to get started with their young girls. So this video is for you. This look in particular is for a cheerleader look. We've got a little bit of shimmer, we've got a little bit of glitter, some pinks, we have the purple in her school colors, but it's not too over the top. It's still age appropriate and it'll still allow her features to show, but it's not gonna look too overdone. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to do this look. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment if there are other videos you want to see, if there are other looks or other products you want me to show you. I will be using all Seint products today because I am a Seint artist and I love it. And so everything except for the mascara is Seint. So if you have any questions or if you want to order any of the products that I have used or see what we have available, then let me know and I would love to work with you. If you or your daughter need to be color matched, if you need some help with your beauty routine or colors that may look good on you or anything at all, then please let me know and I'd love to help you out. So stay tuned and thanks for watching. So first of all, a lot of teens, especially younger teens before their full hormones are in full gear, have really beautiful skin, and then sometimes later they will get acne. I still get acne, so sometimes that's an issue that you will want to cover. Normally for an adult skin, I would be using two highlights, a main one and a brightening one. I'd be doing contour. I'm not gonna do all that on a young girl's face. So we're just gonna work with one main color just on a couple of color correcting areas where she could, you know, benefit from that, and then a color correcting color. So first I'm gonna use this for her main highlight just to do a little coverage around her nose. It's called White Peach. And then I am going to go in and color correct with what is actually a contour, but it's a really light one. And this one works amazing. I use it myself for this, for color correcting of redness. If I have acne, I will use that. People with rosacea, it is a miracle worker. So let's get started. I'm going to use our detail brush. Kind of jumped out of my hand for a minute. So I'm going to use my detail brush because it has a small little end that works well into the little curves. Another good choice would be our Perfector sponge, which is a really soft, similar to a beauty blender, but much cheaper. And I believe it is softer. And you could wet that and wring it out and use that as well. But we'll go ahead and start with this one because I like to use brushes. We're going to use it in the White Peach color. And like I said, I'm just going to hit it up on a couple of areas. I'm going to put it right around her nose where naturally a lot of us have redness as they get more into their teens. They get a little more red there. But I'm not going to use so much that you're going to be able to see the makeup. So that's why I'm turning it around and kind of buffing it with this other end so you won't be able to see the makeup at all. And then we'll come around, do this side, and then I'm gonna take that Aspen to color correct, like I mentioned. And again, it is a contour color. I'm gonna use my multitasker brush, the big paddle end, and it will basically color correct. And it takes the redness or purple or whatever color that you may want to camouflage on your face. It takes the color there out, and then we will go over it with whatever her highlight would be. And again, for her, we're using White Peach. So I'm gonna buff that out just a little bit. As you can see, it took the redness out of there, and then I'm going to go over it with the White Peach color. And it's got a really natural look. I'm buffing it out with the larger, bigger end. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of white peach here between the eyes where sometimes they get pinky. Well, not they get, everyone gets kind of pinky sometimes, and around the chin. And that's it that I'm doing for as far as coloring her skin. I'll go ahead and go to the cheek colors. And her skin, she's pale and she's still a very young girl. And so we're gonna keep it simple and we're gonna go with a pink color. And I think today we're gonna use pink grapefruit. And that is one of our lip and cheek colors. I'm gonna use my blush and bronzer brush, the small end for the brush or for the blush. And I'm gonna use just a tiny dab. I put like 2 dots of color on it. And then I'm just going to tap that into her skin. And the great thing about the cream blushes as opposed to powder brushes that most people will use is that the cream blushes blend into your skin, and so they can give a much more natural look. They're not sitting on top of the skin, they're not drying it out, they're not looking cakey at all, and it can just look like a pretty natural flush. And you can go as light or as dark as you want. We have much lighter colors. In fact, if this were like for a daddy-daughter dance or for a school dance, I would probably go with something lighter, like one of our nude colors like ballerina. But since we are doing her makeup for the cheer floor, then we are going to make that stick out just a little bit more. And I said that I was done with her skin, but I am gonna do one other thing. I am going to put some of that white peach in here under her eyes. Sometimes, and this is kind of a hereditary thing, you can get, even in children, some darkness under their eyes. And that skin is very thin in that area, and covering that up a little bit will just to kind of help to brighten their eyes, kind of wake everything up and look polished to go with the makeup on the eyes and everywhere else we're gonna have. And then also, while I've got it, go ahead and close your eyes please. I'm gonna go ahead and put it over her eyelids and get her eyes primed, cover any veins and capillaries, and get that ready in a second for the eyeshadow. And this will help the makeup to stick, and it'll give us kind of a blank canvas to put our eye colors on. So that just kind of brightened it up a little bit. And so, okay, and so if you want, since she is going to be on the cheer floor, you could use one of our illuminators. An illuminator is something that you can put at the top of your cheeks. You can put it on the tip of your nose, down the bridge of your nose, even on the middle of your lips to kind of catch that shine, that sparkle. And you can do that as heavy or as light as you want. Our cream illuminators like Pearl and Dolce here are a little softer, are a little more subtle than our powder ones. Our powder ones like Glamazing and Photoshop, those are much more potent. So let's go ahead and put Glamazing. That's one of our powder ones, just so you can kind of see what kind of look that gives. And since we're kind of doing it for the cheer floor, it's okay to be kind of sparkly, and we're even going to add some sparkle to the eyes. And we'll just put this right along the top of the cheeks. I'm still going very, very light with it because you could go total disco ball if you want, but we're still going to keep that a little bit light. Put it on your cute little nose and the top of her cheeks. And then let's go back to lip and cheek color. I'm gonna go back into that pink grapefruit, that pink color, and you wanna, yeah, do your lips a little. And just put this pretty kind of bubblegum pink color on here, just enough to show up not a blazing red, which we do have blazing reds, but I'm just gonna kind of keep this soft, and I'm just gonna use my fingers so it's more of a wash and it's more of a soft look than if I were to use a makeup brush. And then let's go to the eyes, and I'm going to start by putting Mama, and that's that light pink color. I'm gonna use my eyeshadow brush. I love it. I use it every day. I use it every time I do my eyes, and I use it the most often out of my eye ones. And this one, go ahead and close, I'm going to do over the whole eye, and it's a really light, soft, subtle pink. And we're just gonna kind of lay that down for the base. And I'll do it on both sides. And really quick, I forgot to mention, I usually do the girl's brows. She's a twin, and I usually do just the tiniest bit when they're gonna be in a recital or something where they need a little bit of makeup. I go with the lightest brown that we have, other than the one that is our skin tone. This one is called Basic. It's a super nice light brown. I'm gonna use the small end, the pencil brush end of this eyeshadow brush. I'm barely going to dip into it. And my girls are lucky because, you know, look at it. They have really beautiful brows that do not need colored, but it just kind of polishes things off and helps their features to stand out a lot when they're down on the basketball floor and the crowd is up in the stands. And so you don't have to go heavy. These don't have to be made up. It doesn't have to be noticeable. If you go really light, and I'm going a little lighter than the color of their eyebrows, I'm doing it with this kind of wide, soft brush, and I'm just working it back and forth so it gets a little bit of color in there, but is not too overdone to where you would ever be able to notice it. And if you accidentally get too heavy on that and you need to tone it down, our line brush is perfect for that. This end is called a spoolie, and it looks really similar to a mascara wand, but the bristles are much, much, much softer, and the rows are much, much denser. So if you accidentally get too much and you just need to comb that color all the way through their brow, or if you want to use our brow wax, which I don't have right now, but you could dip it in our brow wax, and then you could work their eyebrows up to make their eyebrows stand up a little. So that's your preference. You don't have to use this at all, but I just wanted to mention it in case you feel like you got it too much or too dark at first, and that'll kind of work the color all the way through so that that doesn't stand out too much. So back to doing the eyeshadow. We're gonna go with Lullaby next, and that's a light, soft mauve color. It goes really, really great with, close your eyes, with Lullaby. And I'm gonna put this on the middle of her eye, which is what would be the crease area. That's the area between the eyeball and the brow bone. And I'm gonna work that back and forth on the crease. Now, a young girl like this, their area between their eyelash, their closed eye, keep them closed please, and their eyebrow is very, very short and small, so you don't have a lot of room to work with there. So I'm just going to do, I'm not gonna use as many colors. You don't have the room for a gradient of color, even if you wanted to go with something that complicated. We're just gonna keep it simple. We're just gonna work this back and forth in the crease area until it just kind of shadows that for us. And then I just kind of am blending out the edges and kind of blurring and softening those. Okay. Okay, and so,
oh, sorry.
Close your eyes. Okay, and so next for your cheer competition, you always want a little sparkle. They've got a lot of glitz and glam, and like I said, they want their features to stand out on the cheer floor. So we're gonna put a little bit of shimmer on her eyes, and we're gonna go with Tawanda. And it is that nice light pink color. It's got a little bit of gold to it. I'm just gonna put that on my finger. Close your eyes. And that is going to pack a lot of punch when I put it on with my finger. If I want it to be more subtle, then I could use the fluffy end of my eyeshadow brush, and that would not show up so shimmery and metallic. But our shimmer colors have a lot of pop, most of them, when you use them with your finger. And so I'm gonna do that so it'll show up a little bit more. And that is such a pretty color. Let me see. And so as far as your school colors, you could even do your school colors on your eyes if you wanted to. We have bright purple, which is what she would be wearing. We have maroons, we have, you could do a red lip and cheek, we have blues, we have silvers, black and gold, we have green, we have pretty much any color that you would need, and you could add that in if you want. I'll go ahead and put just a little so you can see. So her school colors are purple and white, and so I'm going to take a little bit of the purple. You want to close your eyes? And put it in this corner and this corner. A little bit more. Now you don't have to do this color. You could have just completely left it with the pink shimmer, and we are going to tone that down because I know it's kind of bright right now. I'm gonna mix it with Unicorn. Unicorn is actually an eyeshadow, but I was out of room in my compact right now, and so I mixed it in with my Illuminator. So you want to show your eye? And I'm gonna put this Unicorn right over that purple. The purple is As If I didn't mention that already. And that kind of turns it into a shimmery, light lavender color. And so, okay, you wanna open? All right, so she has her pink going on, she has some shimmer, she has the purple for her school colors, and then we'll put a little bit of that Unicorn right in here on her tear duct with my finger. And then we'll go to her eyeliner. It's gonna be a soft eyeliner, nothing crazy, so don't get scared, Mom. I'm gonna use the small pencil brush end of this same eyeshadow brush that I've been using, and I'm going to start by dipping into that Lullaby, which was that, look up, which was that mauve color that we put in her crease. And I'm just going to work that close to her lashes on her bottom lash line, just to give her a little bit of a halo down here, just to give her a little bit of pigment, a little bit of color, just to help her eyes to stand out. And And then I'm gonna take this brush, the big fluffy end, go ahead and close. And I'm just going to soften these edges. So like I said, you don't have to go with that pop of the school color in there, but it just adds a little more in case they want that. And then we're gonna add a little bit of glitter, because glitter's fun when you're a teen, tween aged girl and you are going to be cheering. So we have 4, I think, glitter, pressed glitters, and they're amazing. They're not loose, they're not gonna get all over the place. We have a La La Land, we could do a pink. We have a kind of coppery color called Dollywood. We have a champagne gold one called Graceland that I do not have. And then we have Shenandoah, which is a silver. I'm gonna go ahead and use Shenandoah. And I think I'll put that over the purple part on the outside. And I'll kind of work that into the center a little bit. And if you wanted a heavier dose of this glitter, then you could absolutely get that by using, like, I usually use NYX glitter glue, but this is pretty heavy already, and I don't want it too crazy. Okay, and I'm also going to go back into that Tawanda, that pinkish gold color. And I'm just gonna pop a little bit more of that in the center just to make sure that didn't get covered up by anything else. And so pretty but soft and subtle. We're gonna do mascara real quick. All right, and then let's go just a little bit more into that As If, which is that purple. And let's go over that Shenandoah just a little, just to make sure that purple stands out and isn't too covered by all of the glitter. So pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back in with that eyeshadow brush, fluffy end, and just soften that edge a little bit. And that is so pretty. So I don't want to get too crazy with it. You could do more glitter for sure. You could make a darker under eye, but I think this is plenty for a girl her age. Like I said, you don't have to do the school colors. You can keep it light and pink. There's a lot you can do, but this is a nice look that's not too overdone, but that would be totally appropriate for cheerleading, and that would be fun and sparkly, and that people could see a little bit more to help her features stand out. So I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know if you liked the video. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what other kind of videos and colors and products you want me to work with, and I can do that. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.